Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another question and answer with Elizabeth about our interim administration meetings every Sunday at 3 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And today we are going to talk about Integration Center Peace Officers. All right, the position of the Integration Center Peace Officers is what we took last Sunday. All right, so I'm going to go through some of the questions that were asked. And we'll start with question 1, and that is, what is an Integration Center Peace Officer? Well, that would be known as today as your prison guards, all right? But in this case, they'll be following natural law and our Constitution, all right? So an integration officer would basically be doing a lot of the administrative. They would help the administrators also. When a violator comes into the center, they would be the ones that would take all their information. They would be booking them in. They would be assigning them as a place of living. I don't like calling them cells, but they would be in charge of actually looking after the violators, making sure that they're all settled in and are looked after while they are there doing paying for the crime that they had committed, the wrongdo when they have wronged another sovereign. That is why they are there, is because they have violated natural law or have violated the Constitution. All right. So yes, also what they do is they would help in training new peace officers coming in that want this position. So they would be in charge of training, because there's on-the-job training. So you would train with somebody for about 6 months, all right? Just so that you get to know what you're doing, understand what the procedures are, understanding what exactly you need to be knowing and learning, and understanding how to work with violators, all right? Also, they would be also involved in the programs, the rehabilitation programs, the re-entry programs. All of these things they would be involved in, okay? They are present in all areas of the integration center, all right? If there is an emergency, they are right there, knocking everything down, making sure everybody is present, all right? That is part of their job, all right? So the second question I had was, what does an integration center peace officer do? Well, I think I pretty well told you everything they do. They look after the violators. They look after the booking of a violator into the integration center. They look after the searching of the violators. They look after, if, for instance, if they are doing a search of their living quarters, they would be doing that also. They look after the transportation of violators to the courts if they need to go to court, and bringing them back again. They also look after any type of emergencies. That's what they help in with all the emergencies. They work alongside the administrators. So they also will be doing administrative work. They will be filling out paperwork and information. If there's any type of court cases, they would be filling out this type of paperwork. All right. So that is what they are doing. They're involved in everything. They kind of cross over with the administrators. They cross over with the sergeants of the integration center, and we'll be taking next Sunday the integration center sergeants, all right, and what their position is, all right. So they would be working alongside of all this, all right. So the next question I had was, what training do you need to be a integration center peace officer, an IPO? Well, you would have to go to a technical learning center to learn all about natural law, to learn all about our constitutional law. And also you would need to do some self-defense classes, and you would also need some firearm safety classes, also emergency courses too. Just in case there's an emergency, you need to know what to do. All this you will take in our technical learning centers, all right? Now, we would like you to be at least 21 years of age in order to be in this position, all right? Another thing is, we would like you to have at least a couple years experience on the streets as a peace officer before taking one of these positions. And I know right now that's going to be impossible because this is a brand new system. So yes, the training will be right there for you right away. All right. We are not asking you to have that experience We would like you to have some kind of background in military or the police force as of today or something along those lines. But you're going to have to unlearn what you've learned because all of that is going against natural law, what they are teaching you today. So yes, it's going to be an on-the-job training to learn the whole new system. And then as we go through and hiring new hirees, then we will ask them to have these experiences. Okay, so that is basically what it is. Hello, Dwight. Thank you for coming. Anyways, the next question I have was, what are the requirements to be an IPO, an Integration Center Peace Officer? I'm calling them IPOs, all right? Anyways, just to give it a short phrase for it. What kind of requirements? Well, like I said, we would like you to have experience in dealing with any type of law enforcement. That would be a really good quality to have. You also need to have a little bit of administrative abilities. So learning how to work with administrators. You need to work well with everybody around you because you'll be working with all different types of sovereigns, from violators to administrators to cooks to maintenance people to the sergeants in the center. You'll need to have a well-rounded ability to communicate, right? Good communication. That is a very must. All right. You need to communicate very well with them, with everybody around you, especially the violators, because you'll be dealing with violators that could be violent, could be abusive verbally to you. So you have to really take that in stride. You don't let it affect you. All right. That's very important, not to let that affect you. All right. Next question I had was, what skills are needed to be an IPO, an Integration Center Peace Officer? Well, the skills I just said, you need to have firearm safety. You need to have self-defense classes, very much so, all right? You need to be able to defend yourself. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to stop somebody if somebody's hurting somebody else. All of these things are skills that you need to have. Also, you need to have a little bit of administrative skills, communication skills, all of that. Also, you need to have a little bit knowledge of first aid, all right? You need to know it, like if somebody gets hurt. We're going to have, yes, natural health practitioners on call for the center just in case there's anything that should happen. So yes, they will be called in, but you have to deal with all of these sovereigns. So you're also bringing in all different types of violators, different types of personalities that you're going to have to deal with and be open to and be able to communicate with and not lose your cool with. You have to be calm, cool, collective. And yes, sometimes they can be verbally abusive. So yes, you're going to have to be able to take that in stride and just work it through. All right. So the next question I had is it dangerous to be in this position? Well, I would say no, but yes, there can be situations that can put you in a dangerous situation. For instance, if there is a fight that breaks out between two violators within the center, yes, you're going to have to stop the fighting. You're going to have to break them up. And yes, you may get hit, you may get pushed, and that is why we need you to take self-defense classes and learn how to defend yourself so that you can, when you come upon these kind of situations, that you can defend yourself properly. All right. And there will always be other peace officers around you helping you. All right. Working with you. And the sergeants will be there also. So all of you will work together as a team. All right. So yes, you'll need to have those skills of self-defense for sure. But no, I would not say it's a dangerous position. No, it should not be at all. All right. Not with natural law and our constitution. It's just going to be teaching and instructing all of the sovereigns. And as we grow into this system, you'll have less and less violators because they're accountable for everything. So once they learn that they can't get away with this in this system, they won't be doing those crimes anymore. All right. But it's going to be a process. This is a brand new system, and a lot of the sovereigns won't understand how it all works. But everyone will be accountable for their actions and for their words. Even the media will be held accountable. All right. And that's why we set up our courts this way. so that if there is a violator that breaks the Constitution and natural law in the center while he is there, he still will be held accountable, even though he's in the center. And he will have to be, he'll go to court on what his actions and things that he is doing. So, yes, they have to be accountable even in the center as well as outside of the center. That is how natural law works. Okay. So the next question I had is, do they have to do a lot of paperwork? Well, yes, especially when they are actually bringing in a brand new violator. There will be that paperwork. And if there is any type of incidences within the center, like a fight breaks out, or if somebody's hurt or somebody's killed within that fight, then yes, that will be paperwork, that because everything has to be documented. Everything has to be documented and given to the administrators, because the sovereigns have the right to full transparency. And all of these centers every year will be audited and all of their information be made transparent to what has been going on. Their budgets will be made transparent to the sovereigns, so that everybody knows within your nation where this center is located what is happening. It's very important. Okay. So the next question I have is, are they armed? Of course, they will be armed with sidearms, all right, firearms, also batons they will have with them also. And this is just basically for their own protection, so that if anything does come up and they need to use this, we ask that they don't, but if it does, they need to protect themselves. So they have self-defense, they have batons, and they do have firearms within the center, and they will be trained in all of this. All right. So yes, they will be armed. All right. They will be protected. They have every right to protect themselves. And that goes in our articles of our Constitution, the self-defense. You have the unalienable right to defend yourself with the violation equal and greater. If they are threatening your life, you have the right to defend your life. All right. That is the self-defense. That's right in our Constitution, in the articles. All right. Next question I had was, here we go. Are they like the prison guards of today? Well, only in position, but not in action. All right. They are there. Yes, they will be doing exactly the same thing as our prison guards today do. They will be there to monitor the violators. They will be there to would bring them in, like if they're coming in and booking them or whatever you want to call them, bringing them into the system, into the center, that they will be in charge of that. That's what the prison guards do today. Yes, they will also be able to search their quarters where they are living. That prison guards do that today. Yes, they can defend themselves just like the prison guards today do. They carry firearms, they carry batons, they have self-defense classes. So yes, it's very similar. The only thing is they have to stand and uphold the Constitution and natural sovereign law. That is what the difference is. The prison guards today only answer to their warden. All right, their warden, the government, the admiralty law. It's going to change. That's all going to change. The peace officers will answer to the sovereigns. All right. If anything happens, yes, it goes to the administration of the center, and then it is revealed to the sovereigns. So yes, everyone that is hired is answering. They answer to the sovereigns. All right, because they are hired by the sovereigns. Anyone who wants this position is hired by the sovereigns of that region. All right, so that's how that would go. So there are some similarities, but not a lot. Okay. Anyways, next question I had was, can you explain the integration center? Okay, well, the integration center is what we know today as prisons. All right, we are changing the name and we're naming them integration centers. And I would like to thank Christine. She's the one who came up with that idea. And I think it's a great idea, because what we want to do is we want to rehabilitate them and educate them, and re-enter them into our communities under the knowledge of the Constitution and knowledge of natural sovereign law. So when they re-enter into the community, that they no longer need to do any of these crimes, that they will have a job, that they will be provided for, and that we will be living pretty nice, that they don't need to steal, that they don't need to sell drugs to make a living. They don't need to traffic children or girls to make money. There will be so many jobs and opportunities that they can see that they won't need to do any of these crimes anymore. But it's going to take time. And yes, we're going to have to be patient because a lot of them are so used to living this way. That's all they've ever known. But we want to show them that they can change their ways. We want to integrate them back into our communities. There won't be any stigma on them at all. All right? You are still sovereign even though you have violated natural law or the Constitution. You are still sovereign. You do not become non-sovereign because you enter into there. When you enter into the center, what you are doing is you are basically paying for something you did wrong to another. If you're in that center, you have done something really, really bad and you aren't able to make a remedy for it. That is why you are there. All right? So that's the difference. Okay? Well, I think that's all the questions I have today. I'd like to invite in a guest that I have. She's waiting for me right now, and I'll bring her right in. Just give me a few minutes. All right, Beatrice, hi.
Hi. Hello to everyone. Thank you, Elizabeth, to invite me here. So I just want to remember to the people that we have another summit on April 10 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The summit, it's all the time recording, and the subject is about the monarchy. So probably some people, they already know that the Elizabeth II is not the Queen of Canada, but
that is true.
yes, but some people, they were also concerned before this news because some of us, we are born in other countries, and for example, I just want to tell to the people my own example. So I'm coming from an East Europe country, and we had monarchy before 1947. But in 1947, they decided that the monarchy, they do not need monarchy, and then they choose the form of government as communism. In 1989, they choose the form of government globalist, but they said to the people that the Constitution will protect them, but they removed the sovereignty article from the Constitution. So it's like when someone is telling me that all the monarchy is chosen by God, my question is if they are chosen by God, how they remove themselves and bring the people under the communism, so they exist or they never existed. So this is also my question, and we'll have also an invite that someone will be invited to develop more on this subject, because it's not the only country that they did it. And also I want to tell to the people, because many people, they still cannot, they are saying, yes, I understand what you are doing there. But in fact, we discover every day that the people are still not able to understand what we are doing here. So the actual system, it's practically a pyramid. What we are doing, we remove the top of the pyramid, that is the problem, the 1% rich of the world, and we reverse the pyramid. Then the power will be finally given to the people. How? Because many are saying, yes, we are giving the power to the people, but they come with the president. No. So you will have no president, no prime minister. All of us are sovereign. We are the final decision makers. All of us will go to the vote. Then by there, we will decide all the time in every important decision. Then we are above the Constitution and the government. Then the government has to apply. So everyone will have a say. This is the real giving the power to the people. And your Authority has to be all the time recognized. So you are above the constitution and the government, and above you, it's only your creator. So if there's someone between you and your creator, there you have a problem. Right now, what we have today, what we experience today, the people are going to the protest and they are saying all the time, lockdown, great reset, vaccination program. These are not problems. These are only symptoms of a problem. The problem is the 1% rich of the world, that they are keeping an oligarchy system, then all the time only few govern all of us. And during the protest, and the protests right now are international, I'm extremely sorry to say that, the people there are extremely confused that they come to the protest, because what they are doing, imagine a circle, and here you have the oligarchy, and they are saying protest number one, how many people I have there? I will speak right now about the symptom, vaccination program, lockdown. I will create first the lockdown. I will create the virus. I will bring you in the lockdown. After that, you come on the street. And by there to the protest, I will tell you, do you know your government is not a good one? Because right now you are under the lockdown. Wow, protest. 500 people. The protest number 2, 1,000. Number 3, 2,000 people. Number 30, 10,000 people. Wow, I will bring them the solution right now. Just another political party. What they are doing? They just replace the few with another few. All the time we are governed by few just again. So
Yes.
they are keeping us in circles. They are even not speaking about the real problem. The problem is the 1% rich of the world, and the problem is the system that they created. And in order to remove the system, you have to come strongly with something, with a real solution that it's exactly the opposite. Then you reverse the pyramid, then you really give the power to the people. This is one of the reasons that the constitution cannot be written by the politician or by lawyers, or for sure
Yes.
they can collaborate
Yes,
in the
that's true.
process, but has
Yeah.
to be written by the people that they understand what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
In Ontario, we are doing the ratification process of the Constitution and everything. Everyone is invited. The Constitution, it's only the part 1 to 8, the general provision that practically is saying when this Constitution enter, other laws and documents will be declared unconstitutional. And the paragraph above, they remove us from the Vatican and give us finally recognize the sovereignty. So we have only 5 pages, it's nothing more. We can present that on our Zoom room that it's open every day, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern time, or 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Mountain time. And also Ontario signature, all the time email, Ontario Constitution 2021@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Oh, thank you very much, Beatrice. And you were right on about that one. No politician or
President.
they can write a constitution.
So when you come with a position as administrators, okay, so if we have, for example, regions, there will be how many regions you'll have? You'll have, for example, 15, you'll have 15 administrators. None is above the other. This is the sovereignty also. And above you are the sovereign. So finally, as the RCMP right now is taking the oath to the Queen, not to the people, with the people, in the future, everybody will take practically, it's not an oath, but will be an affirmation to the people.
Yes, exactly.
So the administrator is nothing more than one that is working for the people. It's not president, it's not vice president. And we'll have also other administrators around, they are equal.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Because we have also someone that believe that will come with a presidency over the administration. No, this is not okay. So the people are saying, yes, I understand, but in practice, when practically there is the test, they come and practically they do not understand. So I'm extremely sorry for that. We will repeat, doesn't matter how many times, probably I just say that for thousands of times.
That's okay. But you know what? It's good to repeat that, because I don't think that a lot of sovereigns understand what that role is. because even when I talk about the interim administrations, like that's all volunteers. That is not, and you're not voting anybody, and that's all volunteers. You're volunteering for that position.
So, yeah, so practically, if you are accepted there, you go. If not, if you are not accepted, that's it. This is a volunteer position.
Exactly. I agree. So I'm kind of glad that you said that today, because I think a lot of people need to understand exactly how that works.
And I really love your Canada video, the last one,
Yes.
because you said there practically the country is run by Satanists, and all of us started to know this is true. And this is not run practically for us, and we are not under a creator system. So if it was in this way, probably the globalism was on the situation to be working, but under the Satanism, you have no choice. You need to give the power to the people that you can reverse the oligarchy system, the pyramid, and by there we'll start. And practically we are born free, we are born sovereign. So how we are born? We are born with ability to govern ourselves. So the constitution is a contract how to govern ourselves. Thank you so much.
You know what, Beatrice? I'm going to play that video. Okay?
Please do that.
I'm going to play it here. Just hang on. I'll get it all set up.
Canada. What the fuck is going on? Here is a summary of the main issues preventing Canada from moving forward. Canada has never effectively faced and dealt with the truth that it is a fake country on stolen land, run by Satanists who hate Canadians and supported by those who are either in silence or benefiting from the situation. Canada is not a real country. It's a colony. Since Canada is a colony, it does not have real leaders. It doesn't have real money, and Canadians don't have a real say in matters. Canada has always played Canadians like fools and has never really shared the abundance from the land with the people, always giving lame excuses why this can never be. Canada continues to treat the natives like problems that need to be tolerated, even though they are the only ones who have demonstrated the ability to live peacefully with Mother Earth. Canadians have never dealt with the secret societies in every large city to small town who have conspired in the plan to force the world into globalization under Satanism instead of globalism with God. Many Canadians still think fluoride is good for your teeth, when it is in fact rotting your brains, making them susceptible to their slavery, which they have been trained to love. The Canadian food supply is based on globalism, rather than supporting local farmers and growers, making the food supply overly expensive, unhealthy, and poisoned. Canadians can't be strong and healthy under the current food supply, which is intended to keep people dumbed down and in perpetual servitude. The government hates Canadians and enjoys coming up with policies that create division, anger, poverty, and confusion. Canadians rarely resist the tyranny that Canada has become, because so many are so comfortable in their slavery that they don't stand for anything, not even their own freedom. When Canadians need each other the most will hide and look busy and distance themselves from the truth. Canadians are overly enamored with the dangerous mystery, depopulation needles, and not all that interested in their own immune system or herd immunity. They seem to prefer blind slavery rather than critical thinking, and the resulting action that would follow? Canadians have never stood together for any critical issue. Mystery totters dot the land, and the neighborhoods have been weaponized. A few ask any questions, even though their lives depend on the truth and their ability to resonate with it. Canada treats this planet like a resource. Canada treats the people like human resources. Canada thinks everyone and everything within the border is a resource to be milked for profit, which is short-sighted at its best and has never resulted in prosperity for all, including nature. I hope this helps Canada and Canadians rise to our fullest potentials, which could only happen with great changes and a desire to serve something greater than Canada, God, love, India.
There you go. I'll unmute you. Just set, Karen. There you go. That was awesome. Thank you very much. That was a great video. You did a great job on that one.
I am extremely sorry that I saw also their sheriff to the native, to the Indian sheriff that told them that the vaccination centers is in place. My strong message, do not vaccinate you.
Yeah, I agree. Do not vaccinate. It's poison. Totally poison. Don't do it. Stand your ground and don't comply. Yeah, and don't be quiet because of silent consent. We don't want that, right? We just want it to stop. So, but anyways, that's all I have today, Beatrice. I don't have any more guests coming in. I guess nobody wanted to come in to talk today except for you. Thank you for coming. And we'd like to all invite you to the interim administration meeting on Sunday, April 4th at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and on April 10th to the next summit at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can get the links from constitutionalconventions.ca. Just go there and click on the Zoom room, the main Zoom room, the information hub room, and you will be able to enter into the summit, no problem at all. If you want to come to the interim administration meeting on Sunday, I do have the link. Please email me at eseewalt@gmail.com or eseewalt@protonmail.com. That's ESEEW as in Walter, ALT as in Tom, @protonmail.com or gmail.com. Anyway, thank you guys. It's been a great afternoon. Well, thank you, Beatrice, for coming. Anyways, bye, everybody, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.